All right, so here's my deer, and I added the white and the brown and the black, and he looks pretty good. But this is where you might want to look at your original picture now and decide I'm not sure I like this perfect circle around his eye. Maybe I don't like the way this cuts off. Maybe I want to do it more with a little bit more texture. So what I'm going to do is just eye drop that color white, and I'll go back to my pencil, and perhaps I'll make this a little shaggier here by just doing this so it looks a little like fur, okay? And I'll just zoom in here really quick so you kind of see what I'm doing there. So now I'm just adding some more white here with my pencil. It looks a little bit more, got a little bit more of a rugged look to them. And then maybe around the eye, maybe there's some marks up here like this. It looks more like a gray. I'm going to fill that in up here on the ear so that I can kind of see what's white and what's not. I don't like this ear here, okay, in that it looks too white. So I'm going to eye drop my brown, and I'm going to add some brown to the top edge of this ear here. I think it just looks a little funny. So I'm going to add some brown to that, like so. Maybe a little bit more brown in here, maybe some along the edge. And then maybe these antlers. The antlers look flat up here. So since the light's kind of coming this way, I think I'm going to put brown on this side of the antler right there. Sort of like that, and maybe on this side of the antler here. Okay, and a little bit more up in there, maybe up to the tip. So you can see how I'm fine-tuning this, making it look more three-dimensional. Okay, I'll move this over. Let's do the same thing to this antler. Maybe I'll make this brown right here, up on this side of the antler, since it's sort of light, medium, and tan. I'll make this brown up in here. Now it's looking a little bit more 3D. And once again, if you want to change the color, like if you don't like this particular brown, you could easily change the color, okay? So let's just do this one. So I'll show you how you could change all the colors at one time if you choose to do that. So I've got a pretty good looking deer. This ended up being gray for some reason, so I'm going to grab my white eye drop, take my pencil, put a little, I went over the black line, made a mistake. Control Z, undo that, and put a little white right in here. And a little white right in here. Okay? And later, if you're, I know, let's put a little texture up on top here. He's a little white on top, so I'm going to make some little white highlights up on this part where he's kind of like got that furry ridge up there. And a little bit of texture in his antler, kind of like that. Okay, so he's looking a little bit more like a finished drawing right now. Perhaps I trailed this off just a little bit so it doesn't look quite so perfectly lined. It looks a little bit like the white's trailing off there. Got the idea? So I think my deer's looking quite a bit better now. And once again, hold my shift key down and I can inspect it and see if I like the antlers and all the features that are on the deer. Not sure I like this big white ridge around the outside here. So once again, I'm gonna eye drop, get the brown, take my pencil, and maybe bring this all brown here. I think that looks a little bit better like that than that white line there. Okay, maybe there's a little brown in there. So I'm adding brown in some areas and white and so on. If you don't like, this is cut off, so maybe I take the brown and maybe I bring a little bit of texture of brown into the eye here, since I've got sort of textures in other areas, like so. That's looking pretty good now. Okay, so I got a deer that's ready to be put into a sticker. I'll show you how to do that next.